My name is Bethel Balina, and I'm a sophomore at Athens Drive High School, and I am a part of the UNICEF club at my school, and I also play varsity soccer.
My name is Michelle Samuels. I'm a sophomore at Athens Drive High School, and I'm involved in Key Club, and I'm a varsity volleyball player.
My name is Yusra Layawole. I'm a sophomore at Athens Drive High School. I'm involved in National Art Honor Society, Muslim Student Association, and many other clubs.
Hi, my name is Jordan Herring. I'm interested in studying psychology and becoming a journalist.
Hi, my name is Shalyn Harper. I am a sophomore at Athens Drive High School, and I do improv as my club of choice.
In the video, Yvonne Hawley talks about how she was one of the first black cheerleaders at a high school. And it's really interesting to me to see how she was treated there, because she's representing her school and she was good enough to make the team, yet she was spat at. She had to get walked from class to class. It's really interesting because being a part of the soccer team at my school, I'm one of the only African Americans there, and I'm not treated that way. I'm treated very kindly, and people don't think of me as inferior to them. It's really interesting.
I'm just going to piggyback off what Bethel said, because I'm also an athlete at Athens, and I think there's 2 African American returning varsity players on that volleyball team right now. And I just think that it's very impactful what happened, and it just paved the way, because if what happened was wrong and it was never acceptable, but if that hadn't have happened, Bethel and I and all other African American athletes would not have been able to participate on the same teams as Caucasians and felt loved and wanted.
I think the video was really enlightening. Prior to watching the video, I had no knowledge of these trailblazers that went through unimaginable situations to, pave a pathway for our generations. And it just makes you appreciate what they went through. And if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be able to receive an education or participate in clubs and athletics without having that fear of, like Yvonne said, being spat on or having to be walked to class by black athletes. So it was just really enlightening.
What really interested me in the video was how they didn't give up and how they didn't drop out because of the racial tension that they were going through.
One of the main things I want to talk on from the video was at the end, I believe her name was Peggy Chern, and how she talks about how we just take it for granted that we can go to Athens and we can be an AP capstone and we can do this. And I thought that was really interesting because prior to watching the video and having to go through this experience, I did take it for granted. Now it's like, wow, wow. People actually had to suffer for me to be able to speak out to you guys. And I can't imagine having to go through that, honestly. It's really weird. But I brought up AP Capstone because we are all in AP Capstone, which is a special program that Athens allows us to do, where we get recognized by colleges early as sophomores. And the main pitch that brought me into AP Capstone was, they said, we want people other than white males. So I thought, hey, I'm a black woman. How far from white male can you get? So watching this in our class, there's maybe 5 white people, not 5, but it's more minorities than anything else in our class. So it's like, man, only white people in the school? Because I came from DC and there's mainly black people there. So only white people, no black people. Huh. What an interesting concept.
I'll piggyback off what Shalyn was saying. These Trailblazers went through so much, as we said before, but even in the recent years, you can still see that separation between whites and blacks in school, like between AP classes and honors and academic level classes. And I think that's really what brought the attention of our school in particular. They started the AP capstone because they wanted to kind of integrate those students that had the same level of potential, and I think that was like a really good choice they did. And also the magnet concept, it makes a lot of sense now why they called it magnet. And like Athens Drive, I think this is their first year being a magnet school, and it makes a lot of sense because in previous years it was majorly a black school, but now you see that the whites are actually overpopulating by like 25% or so, and it's been a great opportunity for us to kind of intermingle with different races and just get to know one another. So it's been a really good opportunity.
I want to kind of talk about just like a personal experience just with academics. Ever since I was younger, I've always been in, I guess you could say, advanced classes or honors classes. And as a child, I never really thought anything about it. I just thought, okay, I'm just in class with everybody else. And in middle schools, they really started differentiating between honors and academic. And so when I got to middle school, I was in math 6+ and 7+ and stuff, and I had noticed, like Yusra was saying, that there was a lot of whites and there wasn't as many black people in those classes. And so I was like, oh, okay, maybe they just don't want to take it, like, whatever. But I realized that it wasn't because they didn't have the aptitude. It's just because culturally, sometimes people get stuck in a way of thinking that it's not cool if I take an honors class. I'm going to be the only black person in there. I'm not going to be able to make any friends because we're not the same, we don't look the same. And I was always like, if you're able to do something higher level, then you should take those opportunities and you should do what what you're able to do. And actually recently I just applied to a high school summer college program at Stanford University. And I was thinking when I was watching this video that these Trailblazers in North Carolina have set a path for people here and also everybody else around in the U.S. who have done things that gave African American students now an opportunity to even apply for a college at Stanford, an Ivy League college, to even apply to go and have a program like that. That's just amazing. And I mean, I think that everybody is forever grateful and forever indebted to them for having the courage to stand up and do something like that.
For me, I'm interested in in the medical field to go into when I graduate, and so me being able to be a part of certain programs at our school, like the Health Science Academy and the Sports Medicine program and things like that, it's like a great opportunity for me and other people who want to go into fields like that. But it's only possible because these people they had the courage to go and be the first people to integrate these schools, and I know I don't have the courage to do that, and so I mean I'm really grateful for that.
From what Shalyn and Yusra said, in AP capstone, there was a lot of white men from what Shalyn said, but I like how us as African American teenagers can go in AP Capstone and make it more diverse in saying that, you know, everyone can do it and you don't have to be a certain race or a certain color to do a certain class.
I'm just so, you know, proud to kind of stand before them. There are two things that really came to life for me. Looking at the video, we stand on the shoulders of some pretty amazing people. The other thing is I feel really good about our future, right?